Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with exercise 3.1 of lesson number 3, Understanding Quadrilaterals. We start with exercise 3.1. Question 1. Given here are some figures. Classify each of them on the basis of the following. First we start with simple curve. Our first figure, as you can see, it is a simple curve. Second figure is also made up of a single line, so it is a simple curve. Third figure has two curves, so it cannot be considered as simple curve. Fourth figure also lines are overlapping, so it cannot be considered as simple curve. Fifth figure is also a simple curve. Sixth is also a simple curve. Seventh is also a simple curve. Eighth, there are two curves joined with a line, so it's not a simple curve. Now second is simple closed curve. As you can see, the first figure is a closed figure, so it is called simple closed curved. Second is also a closed curve, so it can be considered as simple closed curved. Third and fourth are not. Then fifth is also a closed figure, so we can call it as simple closed curve. Sixth is also simple closed curved. Seventh is also a simple closed curve. Now next we going to start with polygon. Now as you have learned, polygon is made up of only line segments. So if you observe the first figure, it's a simple closed curved and also it is made up of only line segments. So we can call it as polygon. Similarly, second figure is also made up of line segments and a closed curve. So we can call it also as polygon. Then fifth figure is a simple closed curve, but it is not made up of line segments, so we cannot consider it as polygon. In sixth figure also line segments are not there, so we cannot consider it as polygon. And seventh figure is a closed figure, but it is not entirely made up of line segments, so we cannot consider this figure also a polygon. Now next we are going to find for convex and concave. Now convex and concave polygon, these two polygons only are there, so we can find in this. First, if you observe first figure, if you observe the interior angles, this angle is less than 180, this is also less than 180, but this angle is more, as you can see, it is more than 180. So we can call this polygon as concave polygon. Similarly, second figure, if I observe the interior angles, this all angles, as you can see, they are less than 180. So we can call it as convex polygon. We are going to start with question 2. How many diagonals does each of the following have? First is convex quadrilateral. Now as you can see, I have drawn a figure of convex quadrilateral. If I join the vertices of the convex quadrilateral, then I am going to get two diagonals. So I can say that convex quadrilateral has two diagonals. Now second example is of regular hexagon. If I draw a hexagon, all of you know that hexagon has 6 sides and 6 vertices. So if I join these vertices to get diagonals in different ways, then I'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So I'll get 9 diagonals in a regular hexagon. And the third example is triangle. So if I draw a triangle and try to find the diagonals, it is not possible in triangle. As you can see, the vertices are adjacent to each other, they are consecutive to each other, they are not on the opposite side. So it's very difficult, it's not possible to draw the diagonal. So I can say that triangle has 0 diagonals. Now question 3. What is the sum of the measures of angles of a convex quadrilateral? Will this property hold if the quadrilateral is not convex? Make a non-convex quadrilateral and try. As you can see here, I have drawn a convex quadrilateral. We have to check whether the property will hold for the convex quadrilateral or not. So if I draw a diagonal, I am going to get two triangles, triangle ADC and triangle ABC. So according to the angle sum property, the measure of all three angles will be 180 degrees. Similarly, measure of this triangle is also 180. So total is going to be 360 degrees. So we can say that this property holds for the convex quadrilateral. And our second part is that whether it will hold for a quadrilateral which is not convex. So if I draw another quadrilateral which is not convex. And if I draw a diagonal and divide it into two parts, then again I am going to get two triangles. One triangle will be triangle ABC and another will be BCD. Similarly, I'll get 6 angles here. And if I add, according to the angle sum property, ABC will be 180 degree. Similarly, BCD will be also 180 degree. So if I add the measure of both the angles, I am going to get 360 degree. So it says that the property holds also for the quadrilateral which is not convex. Question number 4. Examine the table. Each figure is divided into triangles and the sum of the angle deduced from that. What can you say about the angle sum of convex polygon with number of sides? Now here one table is given to you. On the basis of that, you are going to find the angle sum of different polygons with given number of sides. If you observe the first figure, it is a triangle with 3 sides. So angles, according to the angle sum property, it is going to be 180 degree. If I see the second example, it has 4 sides, and if I draw a diagonal, it will get divided into 2 triangles. So I can write 2 into 180, that is 4 minus 2 into 180. Next, if I see figure that is with 5 sides, so I can divide it into 3 triangles. So it is 3 into 180, which I can write as 5 minus 2 into 180. And in the last figure with 6 sides, it can be divided into 4 triangles. So I can write 4 into 180, that is 6 minus 2 into 180. So on the basis of this, I can say that the angle sum of a polygon with n sides I can write as n minus 2 into 180 degree. Now we have to find the angle sum for first example, that is a polygon with 7 sides. So my number of sides will be 7. So my angle sum will be equal to n minus 2 into 180 degree. So that will give me 7 minus 2 into 180 degree. So that is equal to 5 into 180 degree. So that will give me 900 degree. So in same way you can find for the second, third and fourth example. What is a regular polygon? Name the regular polygon of 3 sides, 4 sides and 6 sides. Now all of you know that a regular polygon is a polygon with equal sides and equal angles. Now a regular polygon with 3 sides is called equilateral triangle. A regular polygon with 4 sides is called a square, and a regular polygon with 6 sides is called a regular hexagon. Now we start with question 6. Find the angle measure in the following figures. Now first figure is given to you, in which you have to find the value of x. Now if you observe, it's a 4-sided figure, so we can say that it is a quadrilateral. So angle sum of the quadrilateral will be 360 degree, and here you have 3 angles already. So if I add these 3 angles and minus from 360, then I'll get the value of x. That will be 50 plus 130 plus 120, that will be equal to 300. So 360 minus 300, I'll get the value of x as 60 degree. Now my second figure is also a 4-sided figure, so I can say that it is a quadrilateral, and the angle sum of the quadrilateral will be obviously 360. But if you observe this angle, it's a perpendicular forming right angle, so I can say that this angle is 90 degree. Right? So if I have all the 3 angles, and the 4th angle I can find, that is the value of x with the help of angle sum property. So I can write that 90 degree plus 70 degree plus 60 degree, that is 220 degree. If I subtract 220 from 360, then I'll get x is equal to 140 degree. Now in my third sum, as you can see, it is a 5-sided figure, so it's a pentagon, and sum of all the angles of a pentagon is 540, and here 2 angles are given as x. This angle is 30 degree, and we have to find these 2 angles so that I can find the value of x. Now as you can see, this is forming a linear pair, so I can find this angle by 180 minus 70, so I'll get 110. Similarly, this this angle is also forming a linear pair. So if I subtract 180 minus 60, I'll get 120. So now I have all these three angles. So I can use the angle sum property of pentagon, that is 30 degree plus 110 plus 120 plus x will give you 540 degree sum. So I can find the value of x. If I add this, I'll get 260 plus 2x is equal to 540. So that is 2x is equal to, if I take 260 on the other side, it will become minus. So it is going to be 540 minus 260, that is 280. And then if I bring 2 on the other side, it is going to be 280 divided by 2, that is 140. Now, in fourth figure, the figure is having 5 equal sides, hence it is a regular pentagon. Thus, its all angles are equal. So I can write as 5x is equal to 540. So x is equal to 540 upon 5. That will give you 108. We are going to start with question 7. One figure is given to you and you have to find the value of x plus y plus z. So for this you need to find the value of x, y and z. Now if you observe the figure, it is forming a triangle. So according to the angle sum property, the measure of all the three angles, sum of all the three angles will be 180. Now for two angles it is already given, 30 degree and 90 degree. So you can find the third angle. So if I subtract 90 plus 30 from 180, I am going to get 60 degree. Now for the value of x, as you can see, it is forming a linear pair. So I can write x plus 90 is equal to 180. So I'll get the value of x as 90 degree. Similarly, if I see for y, then it is also forming a linear pair. So y plus 60 is equal to 180 I can write. So y is equal to 120. Similarly here z and 30 degrees also, these two angles are also forming a linear pair. So I can write z plus 30 is equal to 180. So my z will be 150 degree. So if I add now x plus y plus z, I am going to get 360 degree. Second sum, you have to find x plus y plus z plus w. Now as you can see the figure, it is a four-sided figure, so it's a quadrilateral, and the sum of all the four angles will be 360. Now here three angles are given to you, so you can find the fourth angle. So that fourth angle will be 360 minus 60 plus 80 plus 120, which will give you 100 degree. So now for x, y, z and w value, if you observe, x is also forming a linear pair. So it will be x plus 120 is equal to 180, which will give you x is equal to 60 degree. Similarly, y plus 80 is also equal to 180, so y will give you 100 degree. Z plus 60 is equal to 180, so z will give you 120 degree. W plus 100 is equal to 180, as it is again forming the linear pair, so my w is going to be 80 degree. And if I add all the value of x, y, z and w, I am going to get 360 degree. Here we come to the end of exercise 3.1. All of you have to copy the solution attached with this video in your Maths Interleaf notebook.